It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Dolphins, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Miami. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Watson now to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Well, he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 33. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They go up the middle with Chubb. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Watson. And this one is incomplete. Well, Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this fourth down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now here are the Dolphins getting set for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Down his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 19-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there. A new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. Another shot from the one on second and goal. He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. It's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So matching field goals on their opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game. Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. Out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's ever been this far. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. York able to send this one through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's go for you.
Not one that I've ever met.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. On 2nd and 9, Watson steps away to his left. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Not a big window to throw. The coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, he had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A third field goal in the first half. Not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 4th down, Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's Deshaun Watson and the Browns back to the field.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
They set up the screen to Chubb, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball.
Touchdown, Browns!
David Bell
From 10 yards out.
and the Browns are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
York now for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And David Bell closed things out with a touchdown catch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, she did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This one fielded at the 5.
And able to get this out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he returns this to the 22. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. To throw on 3rd down. Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, This is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Second and 6. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Back to throw again. It completes it once more to Anderson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Throwing again is Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's in person or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Miami set to take over. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Back to throw here. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Forced out to his left. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. faking the give. Now Watson. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate, but now they're still within 2 scores.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 11. Gets this one to Hill. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete over the middle to Anderson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Important extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding. Offense.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Watson now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Watch out for Hill on the return. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins now down by 7. A little over 80 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Dolphin with the extra point. It's up and good. We got a tie game here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Cleveland offense making their way out. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Watson. Completes to Njoku. And he's going to be taken down here. That's short of a first down as he gets about 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Pass complete to Chubb. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Takes it at the 7th. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Caught at the 26. Miami's offense set and ready to go. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On play action, they'll throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. Smith catches left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 67 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We need an extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working out this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for Miami, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.